Welcome to the One Exam Prep channel. Today we're talking about changes in 2025 as it relates to everything Tennessee licensing for contractors. This is the ultimate guide on becoming a licensed building contractor in the state of Tennessee. Whether you're looking to work as a residential, commercial, small commercial, or individual contractor, this presentation will provide you with essential tips and requirements to get licensed successfully. Let's first look at what's going on recently in Tennessee. So in 2024, Tennessee implemented several key legislature changes affecting contractor licensing. And effective April 9th, 2024, here are some of the key updates. Financial statement requirements. Public Chapter 664 revised the financial statement requirements for contractor licensing. While specific details of these changes are not provided in the available sources, contractors are advised to consult the Tennessee Board for Licensing Contractors for comprehensive information. Monetary limitations for small commercial license classifications. The maximum monetary limit for the small commercial license classification was increased from $750,000 to $1.5 million. This adjustment aligns the classification with the requirements for a compiled financial statement at license renewal. And application deadline for new licenses. The Tennessee Board for Licensing Contractors reviews applications and schedule meetings throughout the year. To be considered a complete application must be received by the 20th of the month preceding the next board meeting. For instance, for the meeting on July 30th, 2024, applications were due by June 20th, 2024. And let's talk about reciprocity. The reciprocal agreement is a trade exam waiver only. To obtain a Tennessee license without retaking the trade exam, you may apply for a trade exam waiver by having one of the participating states listed below complete the license verification form and return it with your application. So the following is a list of state agencies with a trade exam waiver, which is a reciprocal agreement with Tennessee contractors' licenses. And we have them listed here. And so right now you have Alabama, Arkansas, Georgia, Louisiana, Mississippi, North Carolina, Ohio, South Carolina, and West Virginia, all having some form of reciprocal agreement. Please look at the slide here to make sure that your license falls within that. But of course, Tennessee also accepts the NASCLA National Commercial Exam. Continuing education requirements. So a new provision in the law requires residential contractors, only those listed after January 1st, 2009, with a residential license classification of BC-A, BC-AR, and BC-ABSM will be required to obtain 8 hours of board approval residential continuing education as a prerequisite to renew. Residential contractors starting with the ones expiring on January 31, 2022, and therefore will be required to show proof of 8 RCE hours with their contractor's license renewal from any of the RCE approved providers. And they will need to attach to the contractor's online renewal file attachment as other disclosures in additional information, along with their financial statements and certificate of insurance. So an individual is designated as a qualifying agent on the contractor's license will be responsible for obtaining an RCE on behalf of the licensed entity. For contractors with multiple qualifying agents, only one will be required to obtain RCE to fulfill the license renewal requirements. All right, next let's actually get into the licensing of new Tennessee applicants for contractors. So in Tennessee, contractor licenses are required for projects over $25,000. The licensing process ensures that contractors meet legal and professional standards. Before you apply, you must first take and pass the required exams. Let's talk about meeting the eligibility requirements. While the application comes after the exams, it is important to keep these requirements in mind before getting started. Experience. Proof of 3 years of relevant construction experience is required. Experience should list projects with contract amounts and the scope of the work performed. The board will use this information to determine your monetary limit and license classification. You may list projects performed as a prime contractor, subcontractor, or an employee of a contractor. Out-of-state projects may be included. If you list projects that would have required a Tennessee license, provide an explanation to avoid delays. Otherwise, an interview may be required. So, number one, a letter of recommendation. Submit a reference letter from a past client, employer, or code official commenting on your experience. Out of state letters are acceptable. References from family members or employees of the applicant are not accepted. Financial statement. Contact a certified public accountant to prepare a financial statement in the required format. A review is required for limits of $3 million or less. An audit is required for limits exceeding $3 million. And insurance. Provide work proof of general liability insurance and workers' compensation insurance. Workers' compensation exemption can be filed if you have no employees. Ensuring all these elements are properly documented will help streamline your application process and avoid delays. There are several contractor classifications in Tennessee, and it is possible to apply for them individually or in combination. So here they are. The residential contractor BC-A. That's the single family homes and multifamily homes units up to 4 units. Now you have the small commercial contractor, which is the BC-lowercase b. Those are commercial projects under 3 stories. Now you have the commercial contractor BC-uppercase b. Those are large scale commercial projects. And finally, industrial contractor, which is the BC-C, are large scale industrial projects like manufacturing plants. Each classification has specific requirements and scope of work. So there are several contractor classifications in Tennessee, and it's possible to apply for them individually or in combination here. So understanding combined licenses. Some contractors may test for combined licenses, which allow them to work on multiple license types, project types. So you have the BC-A, the B combined residential commercial contractor. This can take on residential and commercial projects except industrial. The BC-B C combined commercial industrial contractor can take on all types of projects. And the BC-A BSM combined residential small commercial contractor can handle residential and small commercial projects under 3 stories. So Tennessee now requires contractor applications to be submitted online through the online licensing service portal at core.tn.gov. Here are the steps to apply. Number 1, create an account on the online licensing portal. Number 2, select initial contractor's license from the application menu. Number 3, complete the online application and upload required documents. Number 4, pay the $250 application fee using a credit card or e-check. And number 5, submit your application for board review. The required attachments for online application. To avoid delays, ensure you upload all the required documents, which includes experience list, which details projects with contract amount and scope of work. Your contract affidavit, which is notarized form attesting to compliance with licensing laws. A reference letter from a past client, employer, or code officials verifying experience. Financial statement, a reviewed up to $3 million or audited above $3 million statement from a licensed CPA. Exam scores, the business law and trade exam results, or an approved waiver. Certificates of insurance, proof of general liability and workers' compensation or exemptions if no employees. The corporate documents, if applicable, submit proof of active registration with the Tennessee Secretary of State. Disclosure documents, if required, provide explanations for any past legal issues or complaints. Here are some important notes. Failure to submit all required documents will delay processing. If listing experience requires a license, provide an explanation to avoid penalties or interview requirements. And workers' comp exemption is only valid for sole proprietors or LLCs with no employees. Preparing for the license exam. The licensing exam is challenging but manageable with the right preparation, and it's divided into 2 separate exams. First is the business and law exam. This portion tests your knowledge of operating a construction business, including topics like contracts, project management, and legal responsibilities. And second is the trade knowledge. This portion dives into the technical knowledge required for your specific license type. Here are some tips that would help you succeed. Acquire all reference materials. Use the list provided in the exam bulletin to ensure you have all the approved resources. Highlight and tab these materials for ease of reference, but make sure tabs are permanently affixed and do not write in the books. Use practice exams. Gauge your readiness by taking practice tests to familiarize yourself with question formats and time limits. Focus on areas where you need improvement. As you practice, aim to recognize keywords in the questions that point you to the correct book and section for the answer. Set aside dedicated study time. Schedule at least 30 hours of study for the business and law portion and another 30 hours for the trade exam. Consistent, focused preparation is key to passing both sections. By preparing strategically and using these resources effectively, you'll be well equipped to pass the exams and move one step closer to licensure. By understanding the licensing types, meeting eligibility requirements, preparing for the exams, and submitting a flawless application, you're setting yourself up for success. Here at One Exam Prep, we make the process even easier with our comprehensive services. We have highlighted and tabbed books. We rent the books. You can rent the books from us. This is the most cost-effective way to prepare for your exams. All the reference books are professionally highlighted and tabbed for ease of navigation, saving you valuable time during your test. We have a comprehensive online courses, exam simulators, practice tests, that you can replicate the real exam environment to build confidence and improve time management. You have a business exam preparation, focused training on business and legal topics to ensure you're ready for the exam, and trade exam preparation, in-depth coverage of trade-specific topics, ensuring you master the material and excel on your trade exam. We have live class instruction. Engage in interactive instructor-led classes where you can ask questions, learn directly from experts, and connect with peers to deepen your understanding. We have one-on-one tutoring. Receive personalized support tailored to your specific needs, allowing you to focus on challenging topics and optimize your preparation strategy. And finally, we have application assistance. We help you prepare and submit your application, ensuring it's complete, accurate, and compliant with Tennessee requirements. Our team will assist in gathering and organizing necessary documentation, including employment verification forms, tax records, and financial statements, and expert support. Our team provides personalized guidance and study strategies, test taking techniques, and navigating Tennessee's licensing requirements. So if you have any questions or need further assistance, feel free to contact us. We're here to help you every step of the way. Renting books, accessing top tier courses, and leveraging our expertise can make your licensing journey cost effective and successful. Good luck on your path to becoming a licensed contractor in the state of Tennessee.
A licensed person.